All right, the two new Xboxes are here. We've got the all digital, that's the Robot White Series X, and then we've got the Galaxy Black that has dropped. The Galaxy Black is pretty cool. It's got speckles on it. It does come with 2 terabytes of a hard drive, which is absolutely huge. Anyways, our main man, Austin Evans, over on YouTube actually took them apart. And so we're going to take a look at what the differences are between these Series X Xboxes versus the one I have, the original Series X Xbox. Is there a difference? Should you get it? Should you upgrade? Well, the memory is the huge difference, but we'll go over what more of those differences are as well. We're also going to take a look at, and we have more news about streaming your own games to cloud. It looks like it's coming. It looks like it's getting ramped up here anyways, and it may be coming soon. At least I'm hoping it's coming soon. Basically, this enables you to stream any game you own through the clouds, through Xbox's cloud service. So that's exciting. And then last but not least, we've got some big announcements for Game Pass that are coming. So let's go over what was announced there over at Xbox Wire. Before we do, though, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. My name is X1 the Gamer. We drop videos like this every single day. We also have a podcast. Again, if you haven't subscribed to our podcast, it's just this in podcast form. And thank you, everybody who is subscribing via podcast. Make sure you leave a 5-star review and subscribe to us over on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It very much helps us. Share us with your friends. Let's jump into this. By the way, everybody, New World is here, and some of you might have been expecting, hey, X1 was saying he was going to play New World. I wonder what he thinks of it. I did jump in last night, and it's snappy. It feels good. The controls feel really good. The fighting feels really good. Now, I had my brother sit down and watch me play it because he played the original one, and he was saying, I never played the base game when it originally dropped a few years ago. So this is my first jump into New World. And he was saying they completely changed everything. They changed the starting zones. They changed the tutorial. They actually show the bad guy. And he's like, this is way better than it was. So far I'm enjoying it. I do want to get a little bit through it. And then we'll drop a short where I'll do a quick review, a quick first impressions of it. Probably on the live show this week, we'll go over in depth and do a first impressions review of all things New World. So this is Austin Evans. Everybody go check him out on YouTube. For those of you listening, we're actually playing the video of Austin Evans. And he goes through and looks at the internals of the 2 new Series X Xboxes. What are the differences here? So first and foremost, the difference is the terabyte space. So with the Series X all digital, that one is white, and that comes with stock 1 terabyte. It obviously doesn't have a disk drive. My Series X does have a disk drive. So that's the big difference there. The price, there's going to be a price difference when you jump into that as well without including that disk drive. And if you just like white electronics, which who doesn't? I mean, I have my, where is it? I have my Series X Elite controller, or my Xbox Elite controller rather, that is all white. Looks beautiful. Anyways, Austin Evans opens it up, and what he found is not a whole lot of difference, but there definitely is some difference here. The processor, the motherboard, and the heat sink have all been changed in the new models, something that Xbox didn't actually disclose. And as a result, from his testing anyways, he finds that it runs much more efficiently. It uses a lot less power. Other than that, I mean, really the big difference here is the style, the look, and also then you've got the higher end base memory coming in there with the Galaxy, the Xbox Series X Galaxy model, or Galaxy Black model, which is pretty cool. Out of the two, which would I get? I think I would get, I mean, right now in my life, I would probably get the all digital white so that I could have a Series X in each of my rooms. Right now I have a Series X and I have a Series S, and they serve their purposes perfectly. I actually think the Series S is the biggest bang for your buck when jumping into gaming, but having an all white Series X, but it is less powerful, and you cannot do, especially if you have a nice TV. If you don't have a really nice TV for gaming, I wouldn't worry about it so much. The Series S is sufficient, but if you want to take advantage of 4K in games, you want to take advantage of 60 frames per second up to 120 frames per second, you've got a TV that can handle that, or a monitor, then definitely the Series X is the way to go with that. Anyways, really interesting though to see the insides of these two consoles. They are out. Players are taking pictures of them, seeing a lot on Twitter about it, people really liking it, but nothing huge there as far as changes. Like I said, really it's a stylistic change. The all digital just doesn't have the disk drive, of course. And that brings us to cloud gaming. Let me switch my screen here for those listening. We're getting a first look. This was dropped on Twitter yesterday from Red PHX. This is a first look at Stream Your Own Games feature on xCloud coming to the service next month. It does require Xbox Game Pass Ultimate in order to utilize this. Now, this obviously is over on the web that this is being shown. However, this is going to be coming everywhere, I assume. And what you're looking at, for those that are listening, is basically a Xbox.com, and it's the cloud gaming beta that he clicks on, and then you can see these are the games that he owns. He's got Octopath Traveler, Flight Simulator, Doom, Sifu, and you can click in and stream any of those games. There's a cloud play button there that says play, and then it allows you to stream your game straight there. Streaming is the future. For those of you that don't think it's the future, I would challenge you to go and play and try out GeForce Now. GeForce Now changed my mind on it didn't change my mind because I already thought that streaming was the future. I was using Xbox cloud streaming services, and there were certain games that it fits really well. JRPGs, it fits really well because there's not a lot of movement. It wasn't perfect. It was like 80% of the way there, 85% of the way there. Then I tried GeForce Now. It was 100% of the way there. Honestly, Xbox Game Cloud was 100% of the way there. Like I said, for certain games. For instance, Wargroove, Stardew Valley, those games come to mind. I would never play like a Battlefield on that. It just wouldn't work. It wouldn't even be close. However, having said that, GeForce Now, they've got it, dude. And I think that's why Xbox has a pretty strong partnership with GeForce Now. I would love to see some kind of collaboration there. I actually think we will see some sort of collaboration there. That's it. It's game over. When you play GeForce Now, they brag on their website that it's less lag than having a console right in front of you. Having experienced it myself, I can attest to that being the case. I think that they're not lying there. I don't think that's marketing ploy. I think that that's actual. It doesn't feel any different. And you're getting top tier graphics. You're getting top tier. For instance, you can play it on your MacBook. MacBooks can't handle gaming. Well, you can stream it via GeForce Now. You can stream it anywhere. And so streaming is the future. It's exciting to see that we're getting the Stream Your Own Games feature on xCloud, and it's exciting to see how it works. Just getting a peek behind the scene here. Xbox is ahead on this stuff. PlayStation does have streaming cloud, and PlayStation's cloud streaming actually does a little bit better job in some areas. Xbox Cloud Gaming does a better job in some areas. Who dominates them all is GeForce Now. So once Xbox can get to that level, or if they partner with them, that's the next step. But you can see there's this foundation there that Xbox is working on, and I think that they're just ahead of the game as far as that building that foundation is concerned. Would love to know what you guys think, though. Do you guys think that you'll take advantage of streaming your own games here? Do you think that xCloud is going to be the future for you as a consumer, or will you continue to get consoles? For me, I will continue to get consoles. However, having said that, PC gaming, I kind of have given up on, just because, not that I've given up on it. My PC is set up right over here on my desk, but I spend all day in this office. This is my office for work. And so I don't like to game here. It's a real problem. It's like a mental block that I have. So I've just stopped PC gaming for the most part. So I just use my console. I love sitting back on the couch. I can differentiate my spaces. That way it can be a space where I just go to enjoy it. And I'm not at the same desk that I work at. Granted, I guess I could just get a new desk for my Xbox or for my PC, but I've not done that yet. Having said that, GeForce Now, being able to play on a laptop at top tier graphics from anywhere, or let's say an iPad, for instance, that's game changing. And that makes it so that you could do it anywhere. I do think I will be getting the next consoles, obviously, just doing this channel. But I do think cloud stream gaming, I'd say in the next 3 years, 2 to 3 years, will play a larger and larger role in my life personally, with my kids for sure. For instance, I will only buy one console next time. I won't need to buy a console for my kids. I fully plan on having them partake of gaming via the cloud. So that's that. Let's jump into Xbox Wire, because there's some big games coming for Game Pass rather. And when you list it out, in fact, can I open up this image? Over on Xbox Wire, they show off all of the cover art for the games coming, and it's pretty big. Let's go over this. This is coming for the rest of October. Sorry, excuse me. to Game Pass. We've got South Park, The Fractured Butthole. This is the superhero South Park that dropped, the RPG South Park. If you go and look at the Metacritic reviews, they absolutely crushed it. This is Ubisoft that published this, and one of those unique titles from Ubisoft that kind of goes under the radar a little bit, but they did a fantastic job. This drops on Game Pass October 16th. So that's today. So this drops today on Game Pass, so go check it out. Highly recommend it. We then got Donut County MechWarrior 5, both available on October 17th. Then obviously the big boy, which is Call of Duty Black Ops, coming October 25th. This is huge. Available day one on Game Pass. This is the first Call of Duty since the acquisition that is dropping on Game Pass for Xbox, and I think we're just getting started here for all things Xbox. I don't think even we as fans, as Xbox fanboys of Game Pass understand the effect that this is going to have on Xbox long term. Now, full disclosure, if it comes out that, this year, though, not that much people jumped to Game Pass, it was most of the people that were already there. Some did, but it wasn't as big as you would expect with Call of Duty. I fully expect that to be the case. I don't think, I've said this before, and don't let people tell you that, if they don't get the numbers they got this year for Game Pass, that means that this is a failure and they spent all this money. First of all, they're making a ton of money off Call of Duty, so there's that. But second of all, Game Pass, I don't think, and all these subscription services are not something, particularly in the gaming space. It's a little bit different in music or movies because we're just used to consuming our media in those mediums that way via subscription services. So it's a little easier of a sell. You don't have to introduce it to people. Subscription gaming services are new. A lot of people don't even know that they're out there yet, particularly when you're talking to the normies. They just don't know that they're out there yet. So I think it's going to take a few touch points to really start to see the masses coming for Game Pass. But Call of Duty fans, so what I'm saying is Call of Duty Black Ops 6 this year, for instance, if I'm over on PlayStation, I'm thinking to myself, I'm just going to buy it on PlayStation. This Game Pass thing, I don't know. Then Indiana Jones drops. Then another game drops. Then next year Call of Duty drops. And it's eventually you say to yourself, wait a minute, why am I dropping $80 on a game, $70 on a game? I'm just going to get Game Pass. And that's how it will work. This is like one of many touch points. This is a big touch point, no doubt, but it is one of many touch points. What's interesting, I have called Call of Duty the Kingmaker. Every time Call of Duty has the advertising rights, for instance, and is exclusive, content to a console, that console has dominated. So during the Xbox 360 days, Call of Duty, Xbox had the rights to Call of Duty. Call of Duty was everywhere for Xbox 360. The 360 dominated. Then you skip forward a generation to the PlayStation 4, and PlayStation dominates. Guess what they have? They've got Call of Duty on their console. They've got the advertising rights. So I think Call of Duty is the kingmaker. And it's why you go and get Activision Blizzard, if you're Xbox, for this title, to add it into Game Pass, to get it as an extra benefit to anybody who wants to jump in and play, and then it makes it sellable. Now, we're also getting on the same day Modern Warfare 3 to Game Pass, as well as Call of Duty Warzone on Game Pass. Obviously, that's free to play, so I'm sure some perks will be coming there. Ashen is coming October 29th. Then on October 31st, everybody, happy Halloween, we are getting Dead Island 2. This is only on PC Game Pass, but still, it's a big one. It will be over on PC Game Pass. So it is on Game Pass right now. Sorry, the announcement is just for PC Game Pass. It wasn't on PC Game Pass prior. So very exciting for that. Then we obviously on November 5th are getting StarCraft and StarCraft 2. So check out, though, look at when you put it in this image up the top. So they have all these games listed out. Very cool. It is hard to deny that Xbox, in fact, I don't think you can. Anybody that is trying to deny that Xbox is the biggest deal in gaming is lying to you or lying to themselves, and they're just wrong. It is the best deal in gaming. It is unquestionable. It is the champion. It is the king. When you go and take a look at what is coming this month, how can you not be excited for the future that is Xbox and Game Pass? I know I am. I would love to know what you guys think, though. Do you think this is a strong month? Or am I overselling it? I think it's a super strong month. You got South Park Fractured But Whole. By the way, underrated game. It's not an underrated game because it's highly praised. It's highly praised. It just kind of flies under the radar. A lot of people haven't played it. It's a solid RPG. It's not like a mess around, goofy South Park. I mean, it has that. It has the jokes. It has the irreverence that is South Park, but it's a solid RPG. Very solid. They have two of those, actually. They did Lord of the Rings style, and then they did this like Marvel superhero fractured but whole style. And both absolutely nailed it. We've got Call of Duty, Ashen, StarCraft, Dead Island 2. It's undeniable. Would love to know what you guys think, though. Let me know in the comments below. What game are you most excited for Game Pass? What do you think of Cloud Play Anywhere coming, or stream your own games to Cloud? I think that's a big deal. And then will any of you be getting the new Xbox Series X's, the digital white or the Black Galaxy? I think the Black Galaxy looks super cool with those specs on it, but would be curious. And if you are getting it, did you already have? Is this like your second Series X, or is this your first time jumping in there? Let me know. Again, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. My name is X1 the Gamer. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.